Welcome back to Pop Culture Roll Call, the show where our hosts are watching The Magicians by only viewing the scenes that their character is present for. This is Season 4, Episode 3, The Bad News Bear.
Welcome back to an episode of Pop Culture Roll Call. I'm host Michael, which everything from the point of view of Penny 23. To left me as always.
It's Stasha, and I watch everything from the point of view of Margot.
In front of me as always.
It's Con, watch everything from the point of view of Elliot, as always.
And right here, right now.
Hey, it's Brian. I watch as Quentin.
I forgot I was Penny 23 for a bit, and that's why I had to over-exaggerate.
Yeah.
You did that thing where you tried to give your brain a little bit of a chance to catch up by talking longer.
Yep.
Good audio. We're professionals.
Officer, I didn't do that.
Speaking of being professionals, we get paid to do this, and part of that means that every month we do a live stream. And
look at that segue.
Yay! I try my
Wow.
best because I'm a professional. Because we get paid to do this, we don't make money off of this.
It keeps the lights on.
Right, but honestly, we can't do it without the patrons because we need to buy a bunch more equipment because of the aforementioned terrible water damage, and part of that means that we need to keep you all
water.
happy. Yeah, boo
Dry
water.
planet.
Boo missing episodes, boo water, yay being able to buy new equipment, and yay monthly live streams. I believe it's January, February, let me count my fingers. January, February, March, April. It's May 9th.
Yes.
At 1 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be
Yes.
doing our next live stream. That is Saturday, May 9th at 1 p.m. Central. By the time you hear this, or maybe like a day after or whatever, there'll be a poll up on the Patreon. And if you want to come and watch it in our Discord with us, you can go to patreon.com/popculturerollcall. If not, you can join us over at twitch.tv/popculturerollcall.
Actually, YouTube.
We
now.
might switch to YouTube.
We are switching to
Oh,
YouTube.
well,
now.
YouTube
we'll have
live
another
stream?
episode that comes out before the live stream, so stay tuned. But the plan for now is to switch. So it'd be youtube.com/@popculturerollcall.
Oh, I don't know that URL. By
We
heart
don't. I know there's a couple of people who watch on Twitch, but we've kind of been consolidating everything on the YouTube channel, so we
Yeah.
might as well drive engagement there.
That's true.
Is
That's
that
a good
where they
idea. That's where we
can-
got the videos?
Smash that like button.
Yeah.
Oh, we can say that.
Yeah.
And
And
it'll mean
subscribe.
something.
Yeah. You gotta hit the bell.
I can't wait to get my first Clash of Clans sponsorship.
This episode brought to you by Raid Shadow Legend.
Ooh.
If you sign in twice this month, you get your epic hero, Mintara, who's a dark wizard.
Everyone says this game's real, but it's not. But is it though?
What's the other one? What's the realistic like tank and like War Thunder? War Thunder.
Yeah, there's
Is
also
that
World
the one
Tanks.
where people always drop?
It is. The War Thunder forums are known for people trying to solve their arguments about like which jet is better than the other jet by posting classified documents. It has happened like 12 times.
I'm gonna swing for the fence and try to get a more a reasonable and just like low key endorsement. Ghost Energy drink.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no way any sort of like military related thing is ever gonna sponsor us.
No.
Let's.
If
and
they
you know
did,
what?
that's their fault for slipping it through the cracks.
They won't like it.
We did a search. They do mention guns a lot, so
That could be something.
it's probably pro.
We did an AI scraping, and we think this is going to be a great fit.
Anyway.
Join us May 9th,
Yes.
1 p.m. Central Time, over on the YouTube or on our Discord, patreon.com/popculturerollcall. Thank you all, and let's jump into Season 4, Episode 2.
Yeah, smash that
Three.
tube button or like
Smash-
the Yube, whatever the
Like,
kids
like our
say.
YouTube buttons.
Like the buttons.
Go watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
We don't even have to just tune in for the live stream. You can watch. We
Yeah.
have a new setup from last week. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're still
And-
trying to figure this shit out.
And like if there's an ad, great for us, sorry for you.
You can watch our OBS in the background on one of our TVs.
Yeah, you can.
You can do it live. You can't really see anything, but if you zoom in, you might be able to see like what we named a track
The
or something.
Easter egg hidden is a social security number.
Ooh, we just threw it in there somewhere.
I just realized I have notifications popping up on this screen, and hopefully none of them are important.
One of them says date night. That's cute.
It
Not
is.
happening. This is our
Not
date.
today. Sorry.
Because we're professionals. We kind of get paid to do this. Let's move on.
All right.
I pick up where we left off.
Kind of same. Yeah, we're in the room with everybody other than Margot.
Do you have anything before you're in the room with us, Margot?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So
Okay.
do you pick up where I come in?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, like slightly before that.
Yes.
But a little
All
bit,
right. Fantastic. So I am walking to the apartment building, and as I'm going towards the elevator, out comes Marina, and she is fleeing. Though she looks like calmly fleeing, but like she's looking like she's getting out of there, but she's not running.
Power walking away.
She is doing the thing I do at opening rope drop at Comic-Con of like, no running. I'm not.
I'm speed walking.
Have y'all ever seen Olympic speed walking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Disgusting sport. It's honestly, it's physically repulsive to me. You see the way their like hips move and stuff, because they have to keep one foot on the ground at all times, and every single one of those motherfuckers cheats. But like they have this like weird like hip movement. It's gross. The human body should not do that, and I hope they
kind of like rotates around a little bit of an axis.
This is your conservative heel turn.
This is.
It's professional walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, there are worse things. There are worse reasons to have a conservative heel turn than walking weird.
And I go up there and I'm like, "Yo, it's me. It's Margot, formerly known as Janet. Where's everybody else?" And she's like, "Oh, they're probably upstairs getting murdered right now, by some sort of like god thing, and so I'm leaving, primarily to get a breakfast burrito. Would you like to join?" And she's like, Margot's like, no. We need to help them.
What a good friend.
And which I was surprised by, but you know. And Marina's like, "Oh, you're one of those. Okay, well." And then there's like a cut. Now, here's the thing. This is gonna be very weird because I'm having a conversation with Marina, and it starts that way, but then it cuts to me in the scene with you guys, and then it cuts back to me and Marina. So it's like we're having, like, it starts with the conversation with Marina, and then we go into the future where I've gone upstairs already, and then it keeps, now I presumably at that point these are flashbacks.
Whoever wrote this, directed, edited, whoever did this episode likes that technique because they use it again later.
Okay. But yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Like, I liked it. Yeah. But it was...
It's hard in this format.
It's hard in this format. So I
really
think
like
I
this
should...
episode.
I did too. I think I should run this because I've got both.
Okay, well, why don't we just say what happens before you come in?
Exactly.
It's really brief, but...
I try to walk forward, and he sit down.
Whoa, I'm right here. I tell you, sit down. No traveling.
Yeah.
And get away your powers.
And I just sit down like a good little boy.
Yeah.
And then you start doing a kind of fun little like logic puzzle thing going on here about who gets murdered before who.
What's the best order, like sequence of events?
And you're just like, well, Quentin cares about all of them, so he has to go last so we can watch them die.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, Josh has a round face, so he's gonna be really sad. Like everybody's gonna be really sad because he looks so innocent. So we should kill him first. And it's like doing this whole like, you know, you have a fox and a bag of grain, and you need to cross the river or whatever, but like with murdering people.
Yeah.
And I do choose Josh first because for a good reason. He is the person that would hurt us all the most without like actually kind of derailing everything at the same time.
And this is when Margot comes in.
Margot's right before that. But yeah.
I don't actually kill Josh. I'm hurting him, and then Margot
blood starts coming out of his face.
He's got a bloody
more squelching. The very squelchy season. So far.
Season 4, season of the squelch.
It has been. There's been like 7 squelches.
Yeah,
3 episodes.
So Marina tells me, okay, well, if you want to go inside to help, there's something in there that can help you. There's something really simple inside that can help you. Cut. I get Q telling me, I see Elliot. I'm going to go talk to Elliot. Q's like, that's not Elliot. I don't get that. Then back to Marina.
Oh, Quentin. Okay.
Quentin,
Sorry. You say Q. I had Star Trek brain. I was like, well,
she calls him Q sometimes.
She does call him Q.
Also.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And cut back, me and Marina, she's talking about, and I think this was important, which I wrote it down. She's like, yeah, I'm not going in there. Me and gods, we don't get along. A god killed me. And so since then, I did everything I could, beg, borrow, cheat, steal, to get a thing that would prevent that from happening in the future. So like an anti-god.
Somebody refresh my memory.
We do not know.
What is Marina?
I have no idea.
Who is Marina?
She is, I think she was locked in the mirror. Was she one of the people in the mirror?
Original Marina she was a friend with Julia.
Why is she here, though?
We'll find out more about what she's doing.
All right.
Okay. We don't know.
She has a little bit of, I would agree, we keep on talking about Marina, a little bit of a Dawn syndrome here. I was like, wait a minute. Did she just get added to the main group?
But
I
she
think
was in last
a-
season. She was.
Right, but she like never really interacted with most of us, and
I
now
don't
she's
think
kind
I've
of like
seen this person before this
now
episode.
she's like in the circle, and I'm sure, and I know this
She's
is like
a
different
Josh-related character.
Josh-related character.
Yes.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So cut back to me and Marina. She's telling me that all I need to do is get him to sit in the gold chair. Cut back to us in the scene. And this is when he's talking about, like, I'm glad I don't have to hunt you down. I've already got 100 gods down for vengeance for locking him away. And apparently that's not the only thing they've done. And that's when he's upset with me, too, because he's like, they tried to kill me, and so did you. Like, you're a part of it. But that is when, which you guys don't know, but he sits in the gold chair. That's the chair that he's sitting
the actual in the room, the chair in the physical kids cottage.
All he has to do is sit in that. This is not the physical kids cottage.
This is Marina's apartment.
This is Marina's apartment.
Oh, it's Marina's apartment.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've been.
No,
in
I
the
think
physical
we
kids
said, I didn't know where you guys were because I wasn't there last episode. This episode I saw where you guys were. I'm like, no, they're in Marina's apartment.
Okay, so the gold chair in Marina's apartment.
Yeah.
Got
Do we know
Yeah.
what this does when he sits in it?
We're getting there. Let
I'm
the
impatient.
tension
It's called
build.
storytelling. So Goldilocks walks in, middle bed, good to go.
This isn't a story. If you want to see the story being told, watch the episode.
All right, that's fair. You're right. It's just a lot of cuts back and forth. So then once he sits in the chair, cuts back, and then Marina says, you just got to go ring the bell. So there's a bell on the table. And so when he sits, I look at it, and you can see it. It's there. And she says, when you ring the bell, he's going to get a face full of ambrosia, which is basically meth for gods, and it should knock him on his ass. Cut back to Elliot. I ask if he's still in there somewhere. Quentin says, I haven't seen it. And then that's when he starts torturing Josh.
Yes.
And that is when I interrupt and say, hey, I can give you Bacchus. So this is a reverse, because I thought she was going to turn and ring the bell, but she doesn't. She strikes a deal instead, where it's just like, if you let everybody live, I will take you to him.
Oh, because I guess Bacchus, which I didn't know until a little bit later in this episode, but Bacchus is one of the gods that is involved, one of the Cabalish gods that is involved in whatever happened to Elliot.
Apparently.
Monster Elliot.
Yeah.
The monster inhabiting Elliot,
Yeah.
I guess I should say.
I mean, because he seems excited to be like, let's kill that guy.
Yeah,
Because
it doesn't just seem like it's a murder you can do. It's like, that's on my list.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that is an S tier kind of like
goal.
target. Yeah,
This-
we need that one.
Yeah. So this is when we get like, so it's just like all of them, and then you get the quote of like, perhaps we could be friends after all, and that's when we get credits.
That's when you get credits.
Mind sluts. It cuts back in. Elliot or Demon Elliot. I don't even know what to
What
call
is
it.
it, Elliot? It's fine. For now. It's the monster. I don't
the
think
monster.
we haven't officially named the monster, right?
No, I
think
don't.
so.
He doesn't know who he is, which we learn
Right.
later. So that is
I'm
probably
sure we'll
part of
figure
it.
out. Okay.
But like though it would be fun to do some guesses if we're doing Greek and Roman pantheons here.
I wish I
we
knew more
might
about
be
it.
able to guess. So maybe we think about that for a little bit.
I'm
But
trying.
anyway,
I need to go play more Hades too, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I can figure it out.
but basically, I'm saying all I'm offering you is a location. Like the rest of this is on you. And
I'll get you there.
But like he's not interested in that
Because
but-
he knows he'll just run.
Right. But I that's when I go to the chair and I pull out the ambrosia. That's why I knew it was there, because this was
okay.
part of the trap that I was supposed to spring.
Yeah.
And as I'm going to, as I'm showing this to Elliot, and you seem interested in, like, you seem to know what it is and are compelled.
I seem to be really down with the fact that Margot is kind of like here to help me,
Yeah.
like do a thing and kill a god.
Yeah.
Which we get into a little bit later, where Monster Elliot is somebody who needs to have a friend to kind of like play with, or to at least be there. And it seems like you can take a really passive approach like Quentin's been doing, where you're not really engaging, you're just trying to deflect. But Elliot immediately like turns to Margot as soon as Margot starts like, I'm not only just deflecting, I'm also going to play the game with you.
Yeah.
Like, here's the ambrosia, here's the god, I'm making a deal. And that seems to like really tickle me.
Yes, definitely.
I see. It seems to make me very excited.
Yeah.
And Josh lets it slip that he's friends with Bacchus.
Right. And that's when Elliot's like, perfect.
Then you can
give it to
poison him. Yeah, he won't expect you.
Never
A+
expect
plan.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, and Josh was like, cool, great choices. Let's get going.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I do mention, and this is how I know Marina's a Josh-related person, because Josh says, all right, just so everybody knows, I know Marina, and she is not a helpful person.
Right.
Which is interesting, because it also seems like Margot did not trust her, but we'll get there in a second. So we have a cut here, because we should go to Fillory to do this.
Okay.
My
you
scene is
all
we
do?
kind of find out what Marina's taken.
Yeah, we get a little like half of an info dump from Marina.
Okay, so she comes back, presumably with a breakfast burrito?
Yep. I didn't see a breakfast burrito. She's drinking a beer.
She could have
Okay.
scarfed it.
Yeah, she could have.
She could have scarfed it.
Breakfast burrito.
Burrito.
You
Nice. So where your brain was going with that one.
But essentially, it's the like, what was your like? Why were you so involved in like bringing us back? And she's like, I was getting paid. Apparently, the McAllisters have a bounty on us, dead or alive, but the real us, not witness protection us.
So from that, I'm gathering that like we have our memories back, but the glamour's still active.
No, I think all of that's gone.
Well, but then she's like talking about how like the witness protection version of us.
I think that was her just going, I couldn't deliver y'all the
But
way
now
you
she
were,
could?
but now I could.
So why doesn't she?
And that's true. It's probably get back to normal because so we find out that they're offering her. That's true. Maybe she's because we get into her like getting more.
Half of
bang
us
for her
aren't
buck.
here.
Yeah, we don't have everyone.
And also, Elliot is a monster and would kill her. So, like, is that even possible for her to do?
If it's an all or nothing
logistically,
deal, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're offering her 3 Deweys to do this.
yeah, 3 Deweys.
Dewey's?
What is that?
You don't know what a Dewey is?
You know what a Dewey is?
You know what this? You don't know what that?
No, I know. No,
you know how to use the-
Dewey.
you don't know how to
yeah,
use the
yeah,
seashell?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Use the seashell?
The
3 seashells.
Yeah.
Right.
Deweys
we all
are
know.
basically their fake currency
For magic.
because it's the library, so they name their currency after librarians.
You would love that.
and
you book
apparently-
person.
No, Dewey is not.
Well,
good.
she's like Dewey's the only one that only librarian that anybody knows. She's like, well, Laura Bush, but whatever. And so basically, it's this pay to play system where there's like a little bit of like trace amounts of magic in the air at all times, enough to like keep the people placated, so you can do your little party tricks and not much else. And then anything else needs a battery that they put into coins with these librarians' face on them. So everybody kind of colloquially calls them Deweys.
Okay.
So she's basically going to get paid 3 Deweys for turning us in.
Yep.
And we are basically like, why don't we pay you instead or something? I don't really get what the deal
like,
is here.
It's like if you're getting paid 3 Deweys to turn us in, what if we pay that debt and you don't turn us in?
but it's not like
Do you
they
have a
don't just
Dewey's?
pay somebody else, like, right? Like, this is what I don't get. So our plan is basically we'll pay Marina 5 Deweys to not turn us in.
Yes.
And obviously the question is, how do you get 5 Deweys? And we'll get to that. But the thing I don't get is, like, doesn't the library just pay somebody else 3 Deweys to still kill us?
Yeah, but they don't know where you are. She's the only one that does.
Somebody else can find. So we're still on the run then.
You're still on the run no matter what. That's
Yeah,
what this whole
but-
season's
but
so
gonna
this
be.
person
person-
is just trying to like buy us some time to get her off our
Definitely.
back,
Yeah.
I guess.
And
I'm
maybe
just-
she can be like, I'm still hunting them, and like maybe it kind
Yeah.
of plays
Yeah, but
the
why
game
wouldn't
for
she
you a
take
little
the
bit.
5 Deweys and then still go back and be like, they're here, give me 3 more?
I don't know.
She probably will. That's what
calculated risk.
Josh told you
Yeah.
not,
Yeah,
not to trust her.
And then she also calls out that she's put trackers on us,
Oh yeah.
so
So-
we have to play nice.
Yeah.
And
And then she leaves and she's like, don't drink all my beer, which implies that we can drink some of her beer.
yeah,
Nice.
just not all.
Yeah, that's some sibling logic right there. Said to drink all of my beer.
I drink most of it, but not all.
I'll do a sip.
Our next scene, if we want to just do another one, is Julia's here now, and we're all trying to figure out how we get these coins.
Yeah, I have a brief one before with just Julia
Okay.
where, we hug. I asked where she's been. She's apparently been enrolled at Break Bills.
Oh, she's been going to school.
Interesting.
I'm assuming that like her her kind of mind wipe persona was just a student at Breakbills?
Probably because she was a god, and maybe they couldn't take her
Maybe.
magic away,
I
and
don't
so
know.
they put her somewhere where they could control her magic,
Yeah.
or like
And
keep
she's
her under.
Regulate.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, where you been? She's like, oh, I was enrolled at Breakbills. She's like, she said, fully aware of the irony. So, you know,
Because she wasn't allowed to be before.
Yeah.
In this timeline, yeah.
Yeah.
She has not heard anything about Alice, which is kind of, you know,
None
like,
of us
I'm like,
have.
oh, there's so many questions. Where do I begin? What about Alice? She's like, I haven't heard anything. But yeah, the library's going to arrest us on site, and we're trying to figure out how we get 5
On
coins.
site. So is that for me?
I think so. The public story basically here is that like the McAllisters turn the magic back on.
Yep. That was like the press release.
Right.
Yeah. So
All hail the McAllisters.
and then so the McAllisters have like a free pass to use all the coins they want.
yeah. They have special cards with no limits, no questions asked.
Basically like black cards.
They call them black cards. And the idea is, well, we could steal one.
And then they're like, well, it's like a credit card. They'll just deactivate it when it's reported stolen. I don't know
Yeah.
how we know all this, but we just do.
I mean, if Julia was at
Katie.
Breakbills or Katie.
Katie did some
Katie
investigating.
might have figured
Okay.
some of this out. Yeah.
KD.
KD.
And that's where Penny 23 chimes in. Like, well, in my timeline, I knew a master counterfeiter, but he was killed by the beast. He might be alive in your timeline.
And he was a master counterfeiter before you enrolled in Breakbills, so that part of it should not be different.
Shouldn't change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he has the same number.
And then you take out your phone and realize it's the DJ's phone.
Exactly.
Does
But
that mean that it only plays like song music? Like, what do you mean? It's the
He doesn't
DJ's
have the phone
He doesn't
number
have his phone
memorized.
I don't have my phone numbers.
Oh,
'Cause
God.
they're-
It's
Hansel's
it's
contacts.
Hansel's I was like, why does it being the DJ's phone matter? Okay, that makes sense.
And this leads into like all of us are like on our phones. Like I think there's a bit here about like
God.
Quentin's realizing like he hasn't talked to his family, whatever.
Yeah.
So that
I haven't
becomes a
looked
plot
up,
point later.
right? Haven't made eye contact with the person in a month.
And OG Penny and me have the same password. So I'm downloading all of the contacts onto my phone, and I contact Frankie. I'll let y'all... I'll wait for my next
The other thing here is I did call my dad. Like I have like weird 2-factor issues with my phone. I really don't understand the whole plot point here, but effectively, I called my dad. Nobody answered, but it was also from a strange number, so I wouldn't have picked up either.
Okay.
This episode is written by a boomer who loves interwoven storylines and hates phones. Cool. So,
Fillory.
yeah, we're over in Fillory with Josh, Monster Elliot, and Margot, and that's it. Just 3 of us.
Just three
Yeah,
of
yeah.
us.
Because I touched the 2 of you and you boop away, and we're walking through the woods. And we come upon a temple or a party, a Bacchus thing.
Yeah,
with-
I don't think they moved very far compared
No.
to the last bar. Like they're just still making their way through small venues in Fillory, having parties or whatever. And this is when Josh and I have an aside. I'm not sure how much you overhear.
I don't think I really overheard. Like you. Yeah, I know that you go aside.
Yeah.
But the first like major thing that I have is telling Josh to go in.
Okay, got
basically,
it.
to go do
So
the thing.
we like as we're walking towards the party that he's gonna go poison stuff at. He was just like, me and Josh are arguing because he wants to know like why I didn't just use the ambrosia on Elliot. Like why?
Oh, he was in on that idea. He
no,
knew
but
about the
like he
plan?
sees the ambrosia. He
Oh,
knows it's
sure.
poison, and he's like, you knew it was there. Why didn't you just poison Elliot? Like instead of giving it to him and doing this weird plan. Because he's like, we had a way out. And she's like, no, this is the way out. Because last time we tried a magic God-killing bullet, the only person who got screwed was Elliot.
Yeah.
Because he didn't die. And like
We lost Elliot in the process.
And the person who died was the woman who was supposed to be like caretaking for him.
Right.
So if we hit him with the ambrosia, the possibility that the current host for this person is going to die is high. And so Margot's just not willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about Bacchus. She says, this is our way out. We don't have an option, and this is the best option.
That's not a bad thought.
No, it made a lot of sense to me, actually. She is not willing to risk Elliot, so that plan that Marina gave her was never gonna fly.
Yeah.
Which like totally makes
Because Marina
sense.
doesn't care if Elliot, like the
No.
whole deal Marina has is dead or alive.
Right. Marina does not care, and like, but Margot does.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're also there's no 100% proof that the ambrosia is going to then kill Elliot the monster.
No, because she said knock them on their ass, quote unquote.
We don't know.
And also,
what does
the
that do?
God-killing bullet didn't kill that god, too.
Right. So like,
he might not even be a god.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still thinking this might be a Titan situation thing. If we're talking about the Greek
Well,
pantheon.
he said they had this. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we said. Well, actually, it says Bacchus has the same parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
anyway.
I think it is. But anyway, in any case, I say to Josh, and Josh is like, well, Elliot's already dead. And Margot's like, you don't know that? I don't know that. What if he's in there and he's just waiting for us to save him? Like, so get in there and poison the god.
That is an interesting thought. I'm wondering if Colin's lying and he's getting double scenes.
Well, what else would we be getting?
You'd be getting real Elliot
Inside of my own body alone?
like a little internal
like
a
an
little
internal
struggle.
monologue?
Yeah.
like an internal monologue
Yeah,
that we're not hearing.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
I love how like a really normal idea. You're like, how would that even work, Colin?
I think you just wanted to be aggressive in this moment.
No, Mike's just thinking about Superior Spider-Man again.
Are you trying
That
to
is where it
Spider-Man me?
happens. That is where it happens.
Stop trying to turn me into Spider-Man
I'm gonna
again.
get you. Just chasing you with spiders.
Stop trying to make me into. You would not be holding
No,
spiders
I wouldn't.
chasing me. I would be holding spiders chasing you.
I would be chasing you, trying to like lure you into a spider radioactive cave, and then I'd run away.
I was gonna say, there's no way you would get me closer to a spider cave than you are willing to get.
That's fair. Checks out.
I am willing to get closer to spiders than you are.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
by a country mile.
Literally a country
A
mile.
literal mile. I will say that this is when Josh deflates on my like kind of, I don't know, rude, to put it lightly, comment to him where he says, I find it really impressive that you are able to be both such a good friend and such a terrible friend at the exact same time.
Right.
And he leaves.
That's when we come in. That's when Elliot hears the conversation.
That's what I figured. That's because you come to talk to me about what he just said.
Right.
So I wasn't sure how much you had heard.
Yeah. So he goes off to poison and do the Bacchus thing, and Elliot kind of like creeps up behind Margot, not in like actually trying to be spooky, but just because I'm a creepy kind of dude.
Yeah.
I'm there to talk to you about like the fact that we are friends, and like Elliot just still hasn't interacted with Margot, but there's a lot here, and the bigger thing is like I hate being alone, and you're clearly like playing a game. You're pretty clearly playing the game with me because you care a lot about this body that I have.
Yeah.
And we kind of like go back and forth on this a little bit. But really what I'm kind of getting at is like the monster inside of Elliot likes being inside of Elliot's body and will not leave and will not prove that Elliot is or is not alive because it kind of is working out for him.
Yeah.
People seem to like Elliot. You like Elliot. Quentin seems to like Elliot. I like the way that people look at me and are terrified, and it lets me like manipulate them better. And so like, but there's this like interesting thing about it where I'm also kind of asking for Margot's like guidance or advice.
Yes.
Because of the good friend, bad friend. Because I feel like I'm being a bad friend to these people who I want to be my friends and help me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you could teach me. Like, you get my dilemma here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But Margot is not interested in helping. We're
No.
never going to be friends unless you prove to me that Elliot is in there. Which makes also sense completely from Margot's point
It's
of
the
view.
only card you really hold, too.
Well, one is the only card she holds. And two, though, is that, like, if she finds out that Elliot is not in there, which I also think that the monster knows this too. If she finds out that Elliot's not in there and
On
he's already
sight.
dead, it's a completely different ball game, right?
Right.
So it's in the monster's best interest to keep that vague.
Yes. And I think that's legitimately just like foreshadowing at the end of the scene.
Yeah.
Because they lay down the rules here that you've exactly laid out
Yeah.
where Elliot's like, you're saying, hey, can I see Elliot? Can you just leave? Can you find another body? And I'm like, no, I like this body because your friends care so deeply about what happens to it. Why would I ever leave it? So it seems to be that there's like, maybe if there's a way that you all can trick Elliot into thinking that you don't care or you're willing to sacrifice him, like I would be willing to leave the body, but right now I don't have any reason to because you all want to keep my physical form alive, even though I don't seem to take a lot of stake in it. I could jump from body to body as easy easy as spitting.
Yeah.
So.
Which is like also really interesting, right? Because like it's definitely underlining the point that he really wants friends, because he could just jump to body and like theoretically just kill all of us and who cares, but he is in that weird dilemma where he wants us to be his friends, but he also is like killing everybody around us, and it like potentially killing us, and like it's very strange. Like there's a very weird, like he doesn't seem like the logic is working. Like what he actually wants and how he is trying to achieve it are just like fundamentally incompatible.
Right. I think it's that like the difference between having a want as far as like a force of will, and that is to kill the gods and figure this out. Like there's like this core to the monster of Elliot that is this revenge. Yeah. And then there is the active effort he is trying to put in to just surround himself with people. Like, and I do get the sense that they're like, the show is trying to write it in the way that like he doesn't want people around to torture. That's just the person he is because of what the gods did to him. The gods took something or like turned him in to a monster, and he's like can't be anything other than that because of what was removed or how he was changed by that process.
Interesting.
But I do think, and I don't know 100%, but I have this feeling that like in the monster's old life, pre whatever these gods did that I'm taking revenge for, pre whatever they took from him, I was a kind, affable person who needed friends. Like maybe I was a god of something to do with like community or camaraderie, or like I don't get the sense that that Elliot, the monster inside of Elliot before whatever the gods did, was a sociopathic slaughter everybody monster.
Oh, okay. See, I did think that. So that's really, but you obviously are the character, so you have more insight than I would.
I'm just trying to piece it together. I might be completely wrong on that, but I think it would be a little bit interesting if this friend thing that he like has, that he needs to like get people on his side, needs to be around people, is something that is like the lizard brain component. It like kind of predates him being what he is now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of it. And then my next scene is a dark, creepy. It's my kind of last scene.
Okay.
We got
to get going. Then.
We've got a couple. I've got a couple scenes with Josh, but you guys.
I definitely have the last scene of the episode. So you all let me know when we're done.
We haven't started our episode yet, basically.
Oh, yeah. Well, get to it.
So
fun shot outside.
Yeah, your counterfeiting friend pulls up in a Lambo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So
And
obviously
directly in front of a fire hydrant.
Does not care. He has no concern.
And Penny's line is, shit just always seems to work out for Frankie.
Now, this is an actor.
It's Zach Cherry from Severance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's fantastic. And we're catching up. It's a lot of like...
We're filling in about the timeline stuff.
Oh, the timeline? I died? Wild. Crazy. It's his vibe.
Yep. Yeah, I know Zach Cherry's vibe.
And we get a breakdown of his skills. And he mostly he's like doing dupes of like art is 99% of his job, and it's the easiest thing because people can't tell the difference. Like
it's like mundane counterfeiting is like nothing to him.
99% of art in museums is fake.
Right. And he's just like he's kind of looking for a little bit of a challenge.
Yep.
A little is kind of what it seems like, where like the magical counterfeiting is kind of where it's more at.
And he says that fooling magicians is where the special sauce comes in.
Yep. And we're talking about the black car. He's like, oh, it's going to take a lot of sauce.
Yeah.
And then as this happens, like there's a knock on the door. He's like, oh, that's probably for me. And he goes to the front door, and there's like one of those like publishers clearinghouse like sweepstakes, giant oversized check, and like a fruit basket and like balloons and whatever. And he's just like, no, sorry. And then like closes the door. He's like, opens it again. He's like, actually, he takes a pair of shoes out of the basket, and they're like, how do you know they're gonna be your size? Like, oh, they're always my size.
And we're just like,
interesting.
Okay.
Is he the god of luck?
You'll see.
That's what
He's not a god, but yes.
He's not a god.
Okay.
And he's like, he can do this, but whatever we are getting from the library, he wants double. And he's like, that, and Katie's like, that's raise an army of the dead level of magic. Like that's a ass.
So we're taking 5 coins. He wants 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Frankie's like, yeah, but if my forgery works, it won't matter.
Yep.
Now here's what he needs.
That's
a la
true.
Keenan and Kel, end of the episode. Here's what I want next week, Kel. 2 minutes of time with the real black card, because he needs to create a mold. 2 Philly cheesesteaks. 4 liters of cherry soda, not the store brand, which is Penny's aware of. That is a deal breaker. And at least a third of a Dewey coin to get them started.
Seed magic.
Exactly. And
so we're trying to figure out how do we get a third of a Dewey, and there's a game of push tonight, and it's basically high rollers play for Deweys, and we can buy in for less than that.
yeah, so magical card game.
Okay, so you got to get a little bit of a Dewey to get into the card game to win a quarter of a Dewey
we
to
can-
give to Zach. To
we
give
need
you
to
the-
They
buy
can use
in.
regular money
So let's
to
just-
potentially win
Got
a
it.
Dewey.
It's not
Yeah.
regular money. We go there. Well, let's just roll
Yeah,
right
yeah.
into
Yeah,
it. We go there, and there's like a guy at a desk in like this old, like kind of abandoned warehouse. He has a crow in a cage, or raven or whatever in a cage. I think it's a crow, smaller.
Yeah.
Raven in a cage, like behind him. Sorry, crows are the small ones, right?
Crows
Yeah,
are smaller
crow's
than ravens.
smaller. Ravens are bigger.
Bird guy.
And we have like this like protection amulet. I think we had it before,
Yeah.
and we're like protection amulet. He's like, no, not enough. And then we're like, Penny's a traveler. You can use his services for 24 hours with no restrictions.
And then he's like, a
And the
year.
guy's like,
And it's
a
like,
year.
no, no,
and,
no.
And we're like, a month.
So yeah, I'm not happy about it. But if we lose, I am just a rented travel system for a month.
Better than being in Hades for eternity, right?
Not wrong. You're not wrong.
Should we roll into the game? The
yeah.
game is kind of a long-ish scene.
Yeah, go for it.
We get the rules like
It's
narration.
the same thing you were talking about. Where like
Okay.
we start the game and then it flashes back to
Oh,
him
yeah,
describing
yeah.
how the game works.
Game of
This
War-
is, I mean, this is like
This
it's
is
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the game. It's essentially like the game War. 2 players, each one draws a card, and the high card wins the hand.
So we're just flipping over cards.
It's just war.
It's literally just
But-
war.
Okay.
But magic's allowed.
And
Oh.
because he's like, a shuffle deck of cards is not a fixed thing. It's possibilities, and you can change the odds if you know how. And the real way to win this game is how to cheat,
Yes.
because you're trying to mess with probability.
So
You're
you
trying to
basically
long shot.
Change
this.
the odds in your favor if you know how.
Yeah, and you have to beat your opponent. You have to beat 3 opponents to win the whole thing.
And so basically it's like, you go through the whole deck and whoever has more cards at the end of
Yeah.
the whole deck wins the game.
But so it's
so
war,
you're
but
basically
instead
like-
of random.
But you're
it's
like
true
putting cards in
probability.
your opponent's hands. You're putting different cards in your hands,
Yeah.
right?
You're tutting, like trying to
Stuff.
mess with them.
So basically it cuts to like me and like some blonde lady or whatever. We're sitting across from the table. We shuffle the cards, and then like you're kind of seeing below the table they're doing the magic stuff, and then they like flip the first card is like an 8 for me and a queen for her. She gets a point, and then
the last move of this match is great because she gives you a 2. And we're like,
Yes.
shit.
like, oh, I'm fucked. And I basically do magic, and she pulls like she flips over her card, kind of a little smug about it, and it's like the extra card that comes in the deck that's like the rules of poker or whatever.
Oh my God.
And so I win that game.
Yeah. And then the second guy, a little challenging, but not.
Yeah, when we win, she puts like some they look like polyhedral dice. She like puts
Yeah.
something on the table like that was her entry fee.
Oh, okay.
That I have now won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Second guy comes, you beat him, and you take his.
Like I throw a card and like the card stands on the edge because like as probability like gets weird, like more strange things happen. So the card just stands upright or whatever. And then he puts his cufflinks on the table and he says, "Be careful of those. They killed Bobby Darin."
I don't know who
Now,
that is.
Holly, when I was watching this in my house and Holly heard
She
that.
heard Bobby Darin.
and
Like,
she, like,
he's
and she
dead?
laughed. And I'm like, who is that?
I pulled up a Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
So
it's old singer.
he's a singer-songwriter and actor who died in 1973 of an infection after he took antibiotics before a dental visit.
No, he got stabbed by cufflinks.
And
don't
apparently
think
he
he
had
got
health issues
stabbed.
his whole life, so I don't know. It's hard
Yeah.
to say like what they're implying here
Yeah.
with this random actor nobody's heard of.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure if Holly knew who he was, it just means that we
Sure.
don't.
Yeah.
And then the final round is against that same guy who like collected the entry fee.
Yeah.
So he has the bird behind him,
see my dog?
Otacon.
Where's that bird?
Cawed?
Yeah.
Where's that bird?
That was so
Looking
Don't lick
around.
your lips.
I'm gonna eat that bird.
I want that bird.
And so, the guy's winning a lot. He's obviously good.
Yeah.
And then we get a flash of my plan B, which is if we're going to lose, what if I just grab the Dewey and travel?
Yeah.
And like, no, they're going to hunt you down and torture you. Plan B, maybe.
There's a fun like hand here where like the guy pulls it out and it's like a Monopoly dollar bill or whatever, and then he like blows it and like appears in my hand, so I have to play it. I don't know. It's just shenanigans.
Just weird stuff.
It's a fun episode.
And then And then there's like a whole thing about ties where like we both put down an 8 of hearts or whatever. And then we basically put 2 hats on the table.
I don't think guys like get the hats.
And so you have to like throw cards into the hats, and then whatever like poker hand you can make out of the cards that made it into the hat, like whoever has the higher poker hand wins. So he has like a straight flush, and so he wins all those cards.
Is this what people who don't gamble think Vegas is like?
This is
They
a way
must.
better Magic game than Quidditch.
It is.
Yes, I also think it's like Quentin is such an advantage because you started this whole series doing card tricks.
Well,
Yeah,
so these
sure.
are all Magic card tricks, right? This is what I really like. Basically, final hand, and we're fucked.
We can't
right?
lose this.
Like we need to win this hand, and so I pull out a spell, and like the lights flicker, like lightning flashes, and it starts snowing inside, right? And the guy's like, "What the fuck is this about?" And then he realizes what I've done is take that low level of magic that is kind of everywhere that the library lets you have to do your party tricks, and I've used all of the magical energy in the room on this unrelated
so he
spell.
Can't do
So
anything.
So
no
there's
one has magic.
Nobody has magic, right?
This is a straight luck.
And then
This is
Quentin
straight
reaches into his shoe and pulls out a face card. And
Just anticipating
like just
doing this the
regular
whole
ass
game.
sleight of hand.
Yeah.
And then puts it down. He has a queen, the other guy has a 6, and we win.
And you
Yeah.
win. Iconic.
Smart.
That's actually super fun.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was a cool scene. I liked
Yeah.
it.
And then we get a shot of me going into Frankie's van, and he's like, "That's the easy part. Now we need to borrow a blank card to use as a template."
Yeah.
So we go outside, where me and Katie are sitting at like a cafe table, and we're like looking for people I think coming out, and she keeps like tutting to like look for a mark, and she's like, "What are we doing here? Like, why are we going along with this? Marina killed my mother." So apparently that happened.
Is it Katie's mother?
Katie's mother. And I say that was a different Marina. So other Marina.
Like different timeline?
I guess.
right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I would assume.
Yep. And she's like, Katie's like, that's not really different. And are we really just going to hand her this nuclear bomb? And I don't think there's an alternative. And Katie's like, well, we can use it against her. And I'm like, where does that end? I'm kind of done playing this game.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those like revenge begets revenge begets revenge. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Katie's argument is that she's tired of being the voice in the back of the room that everyone ignores. And the other version of her, cop her, did what was right regardless of what anyone else thought. And so she kind of wants to be as good as the cop version of her was. And I'm like, I get it. Where I come from, everyone I care about is dead. The only voice I had to listen to is mine. But, you know, maybe Sam didn't care what anyone else thought because she was alone. You're not. And Katie's like, whoa. As we see this like elder lady walk out, that's our mark. Huge energy off of her purse. She has to have a black card. So we're outside. I walk up to the lady. I'm like, I bump into her. I'm like, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Do I know you from something? And she's like, well, I've dabbled in acting. I'm like, well, what have I seen you in? And at this time, Katie is
Rummaging in her purse?
like pickpocketing.
Oh,
Sure.
like old school pickpocketing.
Yeah.
Iconic.
I'm like, well, what have I seen you in? She's like, let me just say, provocative films of the 1970s. And I'm like, interesting. I travel to Frankie, give him the card, and he makes a copy with like a credit card. You know those old machines
yeah.
that
So like chunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does that. He makes a template, gives me it. I travel back. And I slip it into her purse as she's distracted at like a different part. So she has no idea
That you put
she's
it
been
back.
robbed.
Okay.
And now we get back to Marina's, and this is where the special sauce comes into play.
Hollandaise?
Yeah. What's special sauce?
So Frankie's like, so most of the job is done. The special sauce is what he was alluding to. And he's like, most foragers use complicated illusion work, but that's not my thing. And at this moment,
There's a knock on the window.
and there's a bird
It's just a pigeon with a little bag.
with a bag and a sandwich. And Drew's like, did that bird just bring you a sandwich? And oh yeah, you asked that, and he's like, yeah, I guess she did.
Do you want it?
It's like, I mean, yeah, but what the fuck?
So he's luck is his discipline of magic.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
so he's a
luck
luck
magician.
magician?
Yes.
Not a god.
Why
Okay.
would that not be the only thing you did?
Well, here's
Okay.
the problem.
Boring.
Okay.
So the forges that he makes gives whoever's holding them insanely good luck. Like the odds are no one's gonna bother even asking to check the thing that I'm making.
Right.
Okay.
And this is why, like, he can park his Lambo in front of
'Cause he
the
knows
fire
he's not gonna
hydrant
get
because
a-
nobody's going to give him a ticket.
Yeah. Because he's done this spell work so many times, he's encrusted with luck.
Yeah, it just radiates off
Yeah.
of him. The bad news is that the bad luck has to go somewhere. Luck is a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
So all the good luck that he creates during these forgeries, he puts into this little teddy bear.
And Julie's like, so just it's in the bear? He's like, yeah. Somebody, not me, has to hold on to that.
Not me.
While the others bring the black card to the library. Like,
So basically, while the heist, while we're using the forgery,
Yeah.
Someone's
somebody
gotta
has
wield
to
it.
actively hold on to the teddy bear and suffer all the bad
be-
luck that
yeah,
comes
someone's
from
gonna
it.
have a bad day.
Yep. And Julia's like, well, I'm bulletproof, and like doesn't really fully explain why.
She's
I
a
guess because she
god.
was a god. But
Yeah.
is she anymore?
No, I think she still is. She must be.
She's like, I'm not gonna talk about why. And she holds it, and he's like, and takes out a little magnifying glass. Whatever you don't want to talk about is messing with this. Can't be you. No.
Oh, interesting.
So she like tosses it just like really willy-nilly for something that seems incredibly dangerous. Just throws it right to me.
Yep.
Poor Quentin.
Yeah, it always was going to be Quentin, right?
Yeah.
It was always going to
Yeah.
be.
All right.
And it's
we make the sad boy sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why don't we jump over to the Fillory fellows?
Oh,
Well,
sure.
I got the final up scene.
Yeah,
where
no,
I'm
I've
just
got some
killing a
stuff.
god.
So it's evening, and Josh is walking back, and Margot immediately is like, "You didn't nut up," and he like gives her like a look, and she's like, "What? Do you want me to say you were a pussy?" Like she's just like she is
How else should I say it?
in fine form in this episode. I like the language out of her today is I've never seen the like, to be honest.
Como se dice magnifique?
Yeah, it's just like she's honestly incredible. But I was just like, oh wow, she is like. I think it's really interesting because they've like tied this to her being on edge.
Yeah.
Like the ruthlessness and like the language are like tied together, and this episode is like peak for her. I think she
She's
is
been
like
holding it
under
in.
extreme stress right now. And Josh is just like, yeah, okay, I couldn't do it. I couldn't go through it. And she's like, okay, give it to me. And he's like, well, here, fine. He gives it to her, and Josh tries to be a little snotty about it. He's like, just so you know, he's not going to drink anything you give him. And she's like, oh, I'm not going to give it to him. I'm going to put it in the keg. And he's like, what do you mean? There's like hundreds of people. We don't know what will happen to them. She's like, oh, I do know. They'll probably die. But these are the options. So she's basically saying,
You do it or everyone's dead.
either you pussy up and you go.
Pussy up is a sentence.
I know, she's so funny. She delivers it perfectly.
All the like Margot's so good at delivering swears and vulgar.
iconic.
She's just the actress. Some people when they curse doesn't sound right.
No.
Like
She
every time I
sounds-
hear like Taylor Swift drop an F-bomb, I'm like, you're trying too hard.
Oh, you're doing a cover song of a song someone else wrote for someone else. Like it's too many ways removed.
But like the actress who does Margot is just incredible at
She's
it.
so good. And basically, so you do that and take one for the team, or everybody else dies. Those are your options.
Trolley problem.
Yep.
She literally makes it a trolley problem. She's not kidding.
I'm the trolley.
And he takes it back and he leaves. And then we'll get to the last scene of the
Okay.
episode. So you guys go ahead
Okay.
and tell us the rest.
So I have my next scene where me and Katie are in disguise. Katie, very tasteful, blonde bob wig, looks great. Does not look like her with the wig. I, fake mustache, hat. I may or may not look like a dollar store Mario.
Okay.
It gives me Mario
Like, are you
vibes.
wearing like a red shirt and like
No,
blue
just that-
overalls, or just the hat?
and the mustache?
I thought you
Give
were
me
gonna
Bob.
make a Gianna Sisters reference.
I don't know who that is.
At their dollar store Mario.
Okay. It's giving me Bob Hoskins.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Don't know who that is either.
We're going to move on. And I'm just like, this is the dumbest plan. And Kay's like, listen, Frankie said these disguises probably won't matter. If the black card works, nobody's going to question us. So it's just to help.
Sounds like someone's going to question you.
And I feel like an idiot.
About storytelling.
And there's a guy that walks up to me at the bank. And he's like, or bank library. It gives bank vibes, but I guess it's a library. And a guy comes up and he's like, excuse me, you have a fresh look. Have you considered modeling? Katie starts laughing to herself, and I'm just not pleased that this is kind of working. And do you want, this is probably weirdly cut.
Yeah, I have a montage of bad luck.
Okay. Give me one.
Okay. Julia, like, I'm trying not to move much. I'm trying to not tempt fate as much as possible. Julia brings me some soup.
Oh, no.
And she's like, don't
The
worry.
hot liquid?
Don't
the
worry.
bad luck boy?
It's lukewarm.
Okay, fair enough.
You know,
That's
it's
even
just
too
soup.
warm.
You can't choke on it, you know. And I just immediately, like, knock the spoon into the bowl, and the spoon just, like, sinks into the bottom of the bowl of soup. And she's like, don't worry. And then, like, hands me a paper towel, and I, like, reach for the paper towel and get the worst paper cut on a paper towel. Like, just immediately blood everywhere.
It's Jell-O thrown from a distance. That's all you can eat.
Why are you trying to eat?
Yeah, just chill.
Just chill. Just
Don't
Your
move.
blood sugar could drop a little bit. So we're in the lobby now, and there's a huge line, and Kay's like, this is going to take forever. I'm like, hey, I've been thinking while we're here, what if we get a little bit extra? Like 5 for Marina, 5 for Frankie, 10 for us.
Well, you get 10 for Frankie. Right? He gets
Yeah, he
double?
wanted double.
Are you
he
only
wanted
giving
10.
Frankie 5?
I think we're giving him 5.
Trying to screw Frankie?
You're gonna screw the luck
Okay,
guy?
whatever. He's gonna get what he
He's
gets.
gonna get what he gets.
But we want extra for us.
Sure.
And Katie's like, we would have to be insanely lucky to get that much. Like, let's not push our luck. Also, the more luck we get, the worse things get for Quentin. And I'm like, listen, after this, and the calcifer's still gonna be over. We're gonna need some major cloaking spell. Like,
You're not
work.
wrong.
Like, we're gonna need to protect
Like, we
ourselves.
literally have effectively unlimited money, and we're like, let's just take a little bit.
Exactly. And Katie's like, this could kill Quentin.
I was about to say, like, that we are, like, he would just die,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And that's when a random guy walks in to the library and is like, hey, everyone, there's a truck outside giving out free ice cream. And everyone goes, and we're just like, I mean, 2 extra coins can't hurt. So
2
Katie's
extra.
now on my plan.
Because the good luck is so good.
Yeah.
Do you want to cut back to
Yep.
me?
Seems like a good place for it.
Yep.
There's a snake just like around my neck. Just a whole ass boa constrictor is just choking me out. It came out of the toilet.
This is the best episode.
Yeah, this is my favorite episode of the show. So we're in the office with the bank library rep. And we're like, we tell her we need 12 contained coins. And she looks at the card. All right, everything looks fine. I just need to check one thing. And brings out a massive book that just says Banned Magicians. And as she goes to open it, it knocks over like a jar of like push pins and spills everywhere. And when she goes to pick those up, a photo of me and Katie that are like nestled in like one of those like scrapbook things, just comes out of its position and into a paper shredder, and the photo shreds itself.
Okay.
So there's one thing that I don't know what it lines up. It might be this, but my phone's ringing, and like I like miss the call or I don't answer it on purpose because
Could be bad.
Yeah.
Could be bad.
My mom leaves me a voicemail.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I'm not going to listen to that until we're done here. But then we realized that like I had put the bear down for a second and I like grabbed the bear, you know, so I'm assuming something happens that
Okay.
lines up with that. I don't know what it is.
There's possibilities here. So, so and she's like, did you hear something? And so, the photo's shredded. So the photo that would have screwed us is gone.
Great.
And she's like, okay, I just need to send this requisition to the home office and they're going to return your coins. Puts it in a tube. Tube goes up. Tube comes back. This could be where that happens.
Maybe, yeah.
Tubes come back and says the request was flagged with the supervisor for follow-up. Let me go get him. And we're like, oh, shit. She goes to get him, and the guy who comes in is the librarian who originally nabbed me.
Oh.
But he comes in, and his eyes are struggling. Like, I don't know if it's contact lenses, but he can't see straight. And he's like, sorry, do you mind if I put some fresh ones in? And he tries to put fresh contacts in. He's like, oh, now they're backwards. And he can't see us. So he's just struggling. And we're just like,
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, about those coins. The red tape, the paperwork, in my mind, it's just a work. It's pointless. Are you going to blow yourselves up? No. Then you're good. Approved.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
we don't
Tens
gotta
enough
do
to
this.
raise
Okay,
army
that
of the
sounds
dead.
like that is what
We're
that
getting
line
12.
does.
This is probably
Yeah.
right around where the ceiling fan comes off the ceiling and almost fucking crushes me to death.
You got to get home.
Yeah.
You got to go.
And
Yeah.
we do find, I don't know exactly how we find out. We find out like, okay, you're good, you're in the clear.
Yeah,
and I,
we
like,
get the
throw
coins,
bear
we
on the
head
ground.
out. And my next scene is I come back and you look rough. Yeah.
Katie
But-
takes the bear to destroy it.
Yeah. She's
Poor
like, destroy
bear.
the bear ASAP because it has all the bad energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked.
Great.
Is this the bear from Toy Story 3? Is this what happened?
This could be.
Is this the what?
I have 2 more scenes after this.
I also have 2. One's really short.
All right.
One, Katie has a puppy.
That's the last scene, I think, for me.
Okay.
I have a quick scene where I'm in the park with Marina, and we give her her share of the coins, and she's like, "It's been a pleasure," and I'm like, "The tracker's on us," and she goes, "Oh, that wasn't a thing." That was a bluff.
Gotcha.
And she says, "You're too lawful good to bitch out." See y'all. Been a pleasure. That's
great.
And then my last scene is Katie. This is Katie's apartment now,
I don't know. Maybe.
and she did something. It's like, why is this Katie's apartment? What did she do? And that's where my episode ends. Because it's no longer Marina's
did she
apartment. She's looking too happy.
Oh.
She literally has a tiny puppy.
Yeah.
She's like tiny puppy in her hands. And then she says something about like doing a cloaking spell before we get killed by the McAllisters. I don't know what any of that's about.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Okay.
somebody found out something, but you took 2 extra tokens, right? And one of them's for you, one of them's for Katie.
We got
And
some
now she has a dog. Did she blow infinite magic on a puppy?
Did your dad die?
Oh, I have one more scene.
Yeah.
Is everybody else done?
We've got
mine's-
this is the end.
Mine's the last scene
Yeah.
of
Okay.
this episode for sure.
Yeah, Julia is basically telling me like the bad luck's gone. You know, like I haven't listened to the voicemail yet, and it's like you could listen to it now. It's safe. You know, whatever.
Well,
Yeah, right. And so I'm basically we're just having a kind of conversation about this. The other me, like Brian, his dad died when he was little. He was like too young to kind of understand what like all his problems were like that. Like he says, Quinn describes all of Brian's problems as having no sharp edges, right?
Yeah.
Like whereas we've had to like pay a significant price for all these issues that
right,
Yeah.
right, correct.
have come up. And it's like, you had to give up being a goddess. I gave up my father. Like, what did we get in return? And Julia's like, well, magic's back. And I'm like, yeah, but not in the way we wanted. Like, how are you not furious, right? And Julia says, well, for almost everyone, the world's a little bit brighter, even if they don't know why. And she'd do it again, even with kind of the cost. And Quentin's like, I wouldn't, right? He doesn't
would
think that
change
this has
things.
been worth it. And he listens to the voicemail, and you don't hear the voicemail. You just see his face kind of
Drop.
it almost looks like anger to me. Like he just, because like, you know, bringing back magic effectively caused his dad's cancer to come back is kind of the implication
Yeah,
here.
right.
And he just kind of looks pissed, and then I get credits.
Yeah, it looks like it's not. Again, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's bad news, right?
Yeah,
We don't get confirmation it's your dad, but
sounds like it
it
might
probably
be.
sounds
is,
like it.
Well, it's a
especially-
voicemail from my mom.
Right.
If
That's
it
what
looks
I'm
like
saying
a
is,
duck
like,
and it
it's-
sounds like
I've
a
never
duck.
heard you talk about your mom at all.
I didn't know she was a character.
Cool. Last scene of the episode. There's actually, for this being the like death of a god, it's pretty unceremonious, all things
Yeah.
considered. So like creepy woods at night, like backlit moon glow Elliot sort of over the top of Bacchus, who is
You're also dragged him through.
Oh, did I
the
drag
forest
it
a little
through?
bit?
Maybe I
yeah,
missed that a little bit.
I think I can see because I get to see your whole scene.
Yeah,
we're
right,
hiding
right.
in the background.
I see you two hiding. But
yeah, but you kind of drag him and then drop him on the ground, and that's when you get on top. Yeah,
I get on top and I start and basically like talking to Bacchus. He kind of comes to pretty like lucidly, so we're like having a conversation, and I'm asking Bacchus.
Did anyone say that you look good for bocking that thing up?
No. Why would they say that?
Just wanted to say it.
Okay.
Just came up here.
Anything else you want to say?
I'm
before-
good.
Cool. Thanks, boss.
I'm done.
So I said I'm on top of Elliot's like on top of Bacchus. I'm like looking at him like, do you remember me? Because I don't, right? But I remember you. Like I don't remember who I am, but I remember who you are, and I know that you took something from me and that it was important, and then I know that you threw me in a cage, and then things are changed, and I want you need to explain yourself. And like Elliot, like Monster Elliot has always been pretty like pretty sure in like what he's saying. He doesn't do a lot of like second guessing or stammering. He seems to be confident, and this is the first time that I've seen him like lose his train of thought, and like it feels like he didn't quite expect to be here, or he doesn't quite know what to do now that he is. So yeah, my like stammering is him, like Elliot kind of stammering. So it seems like he's like getting excited, getting riled up, like he's kind of he doesn't show it, but you get the sense that this is like a big enough moment for him that he's kind of like losing that like firmness, I guess, that he's had before. And so Bacchus is on the ground. He's kind of coming to and realizing the danger that he's in. He doesn't recognize my face, but I think he gets kind of immediately who I am or what I am. And he says, so you remember all of that, but you don't remember what you are. You don't remember what we did. Well, we put you with the rest of your kind. So I'm not one of a kind, it seems.
Yeah. At the end of the season 2 or like whatever, they talked about like this where they store all of their monsters, all of their failures. So it did seem like there were multiple.
The Blackspire Castle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is true.
Gotcha. And I guess I didn't know if that was like their failed trinkets and their failed X, or if it was like
I always assumed
if there's like
monsters.
other beings that they've created or like that have went wrong. Cool. So yeah, Bacchus seems to be on the side of like they did something, they were all doing it, it happened a lot. He put me where I belonged. He seems scared, but he's also still putting on that like godly airs of like I can get out of this because I'm who I am kind of a deal. And this is when Elliot, I had mentioned earlier, drops the line, or Monster drops the line that we have the same parents, so what makes me a monster and makes you a god? And Bacchus doesn't have an answer for me, but we share parents. And when you get to Greek pantheonic stuff, who the fuck knows what that means?
Yeah.
But we're at least of the same ilk. If I'm not a god, I'm something close to it. At this point, I tell him to give me back what it was he took, and this is when he, I think, starts to realize that this conversation isn't going well, and because he like in a little bit of like a kind of a mousy apologetic tone says that he can't ever give it back, and he's sorry, and he tries to apologize, and he tries to like save his skin here.
He says something like it doesn't have to be me.
Yeah, he does.
Which I think is really interesting.
I don't know what that means.
Like I can like maybe find you somebody else. Well, I think it has to do with what he takes out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it takes out. So at this point, I'm like, it was a part of me and now it's a part of you and it's burning in your body. And as I'm saying that, I'm like moving my fingers down his like torso, and kind of the similar thing that we did with the not Enyalius, who was Enyalius's like helper or whatever in Greece last episode. I kind of like cut him open and start like rooting around in his guts, more squelching season represent. And I end up pulling out what's like the size of you can't see me on the thing, but it's like a palm held like oval, like an egg, like an ostrich egg sized, like red crystal, kind of smooth. It doesn't like seem to be glowing or anything, but it's like a hefty like rock or stone, or like it's some kind of like object that I hold out, and I just kind of like hold it up, and Bacchus is dead. Like I've squelched around in his body. I took something out, and I pull it out of him, And then that's when there's a cut back over to Josh and Margot, who's sitting off on the sideline saying like, what did you just pull out of him? And I think Margot says, whatever it is, you are covering up half your face. That's what it was.
Yeah. So it's the fairy eye it's like looking at the sun to the fairy eye.
Oh,
Right.
super bright.
So super bright. So it is glowing, but only if you have
Magical,
like fairy eye magic.
True sight.
Yeah.
Damn it.
True sight. Yeah.
Yep. So whatever it is a super powerful thing that was inside of
It
this
feels
guy.
like an essence of like power
Yeah,
somehow, right?
some
Because like
element of that.
the fact that they can't give it up means that like if you're Bacchus, that it's like death. I wonder if it's just the essence of divinity.
Power of the sun.
Maybe. And maybe
the
this
palm
is
of my
like,
hands.
I wonder if they're trying to do a thing where it's like the ancient gods found a way to harvest power from another, like from their siblings or their kin, or like, because I also say like we're of the same like parents.
That was like really weird because I remember last season they were talking about like, oh, the gods created something that always wanted what was it that they it was not like that couldn't be satisfied, that was
Right.
always like wanting to, oh, what was it?
It's like a hunger thing, because
Yeah,
I made
I think it was
the Eldritch
hunger.
horror joke about that.
Yeah, but there was like an actual thing. They were like, when they were telling us about this
Mm.
monster, it was like the monster is never satiated or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got a little bit about that, and so like they thought it would be a good thing, and they realized that they messed up and that they needed it was missing this piece, this fundamental piece. But now it kind of seems like that's not exactly what's happening here.
No.
Because it seems like he's more of a god, and that if the gods made it, it would be more of a creation. It would be more similar to humans. But if his parents are gods, that's like really different than what we thought going into this.
Yeah,
like
I still do.
last season.
I'm not entirely sure. Like the only thing I
Well,
could think
I
of,
guess define parents, right? Like he was created by gods.
Maybe
he
that's
wasn't,
actually
like,
a really
birthed
good
by
point.
gods.
Yeah.
like maybe
If there's a difference.
But then you're comparing yourself to Bacchus. Like Bacchus wasn't created in the same way. Like that would be fundamentally
I
different.
wonder if this is like a House of the Scorpion kind of a deal, where it's like there was a ruling class of elite, and it's kind of what we're trying to get into the magical cards that have a currency and like no limits for certain families. But it's like you have a ruling elite of gods, like the old gods, you know, your Zeus's and your Heras and whatever, and like they have a bunch of kids, and the power is starting to dwindle as they go down. So they find a way to create basically like a class of demigods that they can harvest the power to give to their like chosen offspring to help like bolster their power and like keep them relevant. I don't know. That's like kind of the vibe that I'm getting a little bit, is like, because the stone is obviously, like you said, it's a power source of some kind. Because as soon as I take it out, Bacchus is dead.
Yeah.
Like he's alive when I'm rooting around him. I pulled out and he's still. So like removing this stone, and he took it from me, and I mean, pulling anything out of most people kills them, but he's a god, so you would assume that there was like a little bit more of a resilience.
But
there.
you killed the. Well, I guess the other guy wasn't really.
He wasn't a god.
Full
He wasn't a
god
god,
in the
right,
same
right.
way.
He wasn't
that-
even a god.
He wasn't. Okay.
He was like a
He was
messenger.
he said
or
a follower, a
follower.
messenger.
Oh, okay,
He's
okay.
probably he
like
was
an apostate or something.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Okay.
So I don't know if like, again, I don't know if me rooting around in his guts is what killed him, but it seems to be. I think you're dead on. Is like there's some. This is some, and the fact that it's like radiating power. Like I wonder if this is kind of a. I'm just gonna keep on jumping around to literary references because it's part of the way my brain works. If this is like an American Godsy kind of thing, where it's like the old gods have to stay relevant and to like keep their power because they're not being prayed to as much. So some of that power has to come from somewhere, and maybe this is a way for them to like harness innate like human magics in a way that like helps them keep their powers
Battery
of their
charged.
divinity that used to come from being sacrificed to and being prayed to by groups of people. That's like a pretty common thing that like the old gods in a new world trope does, is like nobody prays to me anymore, so I have to find a new way to get my power. And I'm curious if they're doing that story here.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know though.
maybe the actual problem, maybe the thing that we thought is true and it's not true, is that like we always assume that the creation of the monster was a mistake. Maybe it was intentional.
Maybe it was intentional.
Maybe
as a way
that's
to, like,
actually
harvest
the
power.
difference. Yeah.
Or maybe it was a byproduct
Yeah.
of something.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll find out next week. Well, probably not.
Not next week.
We'll find out this season.
Probably.
Hopefully. I'm your host, Mike, saying off with me as always.
It's Tasha.
In front of me as always.
It's Colin.
Right here, right now.
Brian?
We'll see you next time.
Bye forever.
For more information, go to popculturerollcall.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Our new theme provided by Stephen Rossbach. Find him at StephenRossbach.com for more of his work. Join us next week for another episode of Pop Culture Roll Call.